You know, it's kind of funny talking about conspiracy theories and whether conspiracies are real. And it seems humorous to me because even the conspiracy theories fall short. On this planet, in America and other countries, most of them were run by networks of conspiracies. You know, what's a conspiracy? It's just where people cooperate for mutual benefit, usually with that terminology, to do something that's harmful for other people. And I guess we're supposed to believe that this never happens, that the people who believe in it are just crazy, and that's why they invented the term conspiracy theory originally in the 60s, so that people wouldn't question the assassination of John Kennedy, and they'd just think that it was this one crazy guy, Lee Harvey Oswald, and nobody else knew anything about it. Completely the opposite of the truth. And they invented the term conspiracy theory, which was very clever. Putting the word theory in there meant that it was always a questionable thing. It wasn't a conspiracy fact that they knew about. And the reason that was done is because in America, as an example, which is where I was, I remember when the day Kennedy was killed, I was in school. And the country's been completely infiltrated and taken over by this, not one conspiracy, but a network of cooperating conspiracies that run pretty much every aspect of life right now. And they're starting to get really intense with eliminating any diverging points of view. I think you probably noticed it. They intend to take over the whole political system, the whole economic, well, they've already got the economic system, and on the way towards a very unpleasant end for humanity and life on this planet, which only the people near the top seem to understand. The others think that it's just going to be population reduction, and they're going to have a great time enjoying the world as their playground, as the elite remnant. They're mistaken about that little point. The plan is total extermination of life on this planet at the top, and I guess you could call that a conspiracy, right? But they give a separate explanation to each level of the people that serve them, going down this pyramid-shaped power structure. And the ones at the top understand, look, the plan is wipe out life, but step by step. Not just all at once. They have the technology to eliminate us today within the next few minutes. And it's not being done. So some people say, well, then that proves, they're not going to kill us. And all these people like Mike and Alex and others that are saying, yeah, that's the plan, to eliminate you. And they say, no, it can't, because they could do it now. Well, the answer to that dilemma is that it's a ceremonial sacrifice that has to be done correctly by steps with the right notices and milestones and everything, which they're carefully doing. And it's supposed to end up with total enslavement followed by extermination of everybody, including them. And they believe they'll be free to enter a cyberspace realm and live with the power that they worship forever, which is not the way it's going to work out, but that's really what they sincerely think. So the question is, once you find out that saying conspiracies are real is a monumental understatement, and that it's much more detailed collusion between these governments and corporations and everything than most people imagine. Starting to come out of the shadows now, but most people still are oblivious to it. It's too emotionally threatening to seriously look at it. Once you realize that's going on, which you really can't do until you do some internal emotional changes that make you not threatened to look at it, then the question is, or it should be, well, how do we fix that? How do we prevent the total destruction of this beautiful ecosystem that we're a part of on planet Earth? Is there a solution this late in the game? And I think there definitely is. And what that's based on is the understanding of who you really are. Because these are costumes, okay? They're not who we are. They're our costumes. We needed the body as a way to move around in this physical environment, which is just a projection of consciousness at the base of it. And we needed the mind, not the brain, that's part of the body, but the mind, in order to have the interface with the almost infinite information that defines the physical dimension. But they're not you. So the question is, who's living in this costume using this mind, feeling that they are the mind and the body? That's an interesting question. It's really the main question, because once you, and it's not to be solved by philosophy or religion or belief or something like that. I'm not advocating any of that stuff. It's experience, direct experience, because that changes everything in your life. Once you have that, you understand that we have power in ourselves for good, for healing, for resolution, for harmony. That is the biggest secret that the rulers have right now. They don't want us to find out who we are. So at any cost, they try to keep us in the dark. And that's our clue of what we need to do. If that's what they're most afraid of, it means it's something good. And it actually is so much power that even now it could reverse the course of destruction, that all these conspiracies are intertwined to make sure it happens. It doesn't have to happen. We have a lot more potential power than they do, because they're limited. They're holding on to malice toward all of us. And the rule is that if you have ill will or malice toward anybody, even justified, because that's just a concept, it's got a frequency to it that prevents your accessing any but the tiniest bit of your power. So if you're willing to drop that, if you're brave enough to, and realize this costume is not you or me or anybody. So who are you? It's not no belief is going to take care of that. You have to change your experience. So yeah, the conspiracies are 100% real, more than almost anybody realizes, and they're all being minutely controlled and coordinated to carry out the step-by-step extermination of life on Earth. Once you understand that and can relax and look at it clearly, all of the other sub-agendas, this aerial spraying, high-altitude spraying, geoengineering, the chemical agriculture, the drug medicine, the fake education, the fake science that we have now, the programmed entertainment, poisoned food, water, and air, it all fits into place and it makes total sense. And then you think, well, this extermination thing, that's not really a very good idea. So what can we do to turn it around? And on the surface, it looks like it's too far gone to really do anything about it. But that's just on the surface. Underneath, we have the potential. So I'll continue to put parts of this into public videos as much as I can, but it impacts everything, and most of it is so sensitive that it would get censored right away, especially with the atmosphere now. So if you want to get deeper into it, come to our private platform, find out what we're doing, planetaryhealingclub.com, and otherwise I'll see you next time in the public videos, and I'll try to do them more often too, at least one or two a week. So thanks for listening, and it's really nice to be with you again. Come to Planetary Healing Club if you're up to doing some internal work and changing your whole life. See you soon.